Don't force anything on your life. Stoicism. He who conquers others is strong. He who conquers himself is mighty. Lao Tzu. There's a common belief that to succeed we must push harder, control more, and never let go. While this mindset is widespread and easy to grasp, it often brings with it an overwhelming pressure to shape life according to our desires. But what if there's another way? The philosophy of Stoicism, a timeless wisdom, invites us to consider a different approach. Not everything in life needs to be forced or controlled. Think about the times you've tried to control every aspect of your life to ensure a specific outcome. Perhaps you've poured all your energy, time, and emotion into a goal or a relationship, only to realize that the tighter your grip, the more elusive success became. These moments not only drain you physically, but also breed frustration and a sense of failure. But this isn't a reflection of your worth or capabilities. Often, it's because we're trying too hard to mold life into something it's not meant to be, forgetting that life, much like a river, flows best when it's allowed to follow its natural course. In a world that constantly pressures us to achieve, force, and control, embracing the Stoic idea of letting go can lead to a life filled with greater peace and meaning. Join me as we explore 10 powerful methods that will help you release the need to control, reduce stress, and find deeper joy in the flow of life. Before we dive in, I challenge you. Watch this video through to the end, embrace these principles, and then put them into practice. In a week, return and share how your life has shifted. If you're ready to embark on this journey of self-discovery, comment, "Go with the flow" below, and let's delve into the profound wisdom of Stoicism together. Your transformation begins now. Number 1. Live fully in the present. Living fully in the present is one of the most powerful principles of Stoic philosophy, offering a pathway to genuine peace and happiness. Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoic thinkers, once reminded us, "Do not act as if you were going to live 10,000 years. Death hangs over you. While you live, while it is in your power, be good." This profound quote serves as a stark reminder that time is not infinite. It's a precious resource that slips through our fingers moment by moment. The only time we truly have is now, this very instant, and how we choose to spend it defines the quality of our lives. When you focus entirely on the present, you allow yourself to fully experience the richness of life. Each moment becomes an opportunity to feel, to engage, and to appreciate the world around you. Consider this. How often do we rush through our days, consumed by worries about the future or regrets about the past? We miss the subtle beauty of the now, the warmth of the sun on our skin, the sound of laughter in the distance, or the simple pleasure of a good meal. These are the moments that make life meaningful, yet they often go unnoticed when our minds are elsewhere. Have you ever found yourself sitting with a loved one, only to realize that your thoughts were far away, tangled in concerns about what's next on your to-do list? Reflect on how many times you've missed out on these small yet significant joys because your mind was preoccupied with something else. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to get lost in the endless stream of notifications, responsibilities, and expectations. But imagine how much richer life could be if you could train your mind to return to the present, to savor each moment as it unfolds. Living fully in the present doesn't just benefit you, it also impacts those around you. When you're truly present, you can connect more deeply with others, listen more intently, and respond with greater empathy. Your presence becomes a gift, not just to yourself, but to everyone you encounter. Think of a time when someone gave you their undivided attention. How did it make you feel? Now, imagine offering that same gift to others. It's a simple, yet powerful way to enrich your relationships and bring more peace into your life. But how do we practice living in the present, especially when life pulls us in so many different directions? Start by asking yourself, what is happening right now? What do you see, hear, and feel at this very moment? By grounding yourself in these questions, you can gently bring your mind back from its wandering and root yourself in the here and now. This practice isn't about ignoring the future or neglecting your responsibilities. It's about finding balance. It's about understanding that while planning and reflection have their place, they should not overshadow the life you are living right now. A practical way to cultivate this awareness is through mindfulness meditation. Set aside just a few minutes each day to sit quietly, close your eyes, and focus on your breath. Notice how it feels as the air moves in and out of your body. If your mind drifts, and it will, gently bring it back to the sensation of breathing. Over time, this practice helps you develop a greater awareness of the present moment, not just during meditation, but throughout your day. Another method is to practice mindful engagement in your daily activities. Whether you're eating, walking, or working, try to focus fully on what you're doing. Pay attention to the details, the taste of the food, the rhythm of your steps, the texture of the paper under your fingers. By immersing yourself in these experiences, you'll start to notice the richness and depth of even the most mundane activities. Consider a story from modern life that illustrates the power of being present. Picture a busy professional who is constantly on the move, juggling meetings, deadlines, and family obligations. They're always thinking about the next task, the next goal, the next hurdle. But one day, while rushing to yet another appointment, they stop for a moment in a park. They sit on a bench, feeling the weight of the world on their shoulders, when a small child runs past, laughing and chasing after a butterfly. The sight brings a sudden smile to their face, a moment of pure joy. In that brief pause, they realize that life's greatest moments aren't always the big achievements or the milestones. They're the small, fleeting instances of beauty and joy that can only be experienced in the present. From that day on, they make a conscious effort to slow down, to notice, and to be fully present in their life. So I ask you, what are you missing out on right now? What moments of joy and connection are slipping by because your mind is elsewhere? The next time you find yourself lost in thought, worrying about the future or dwelling on the past, take a deep breath and bring yourself back to the present. Ask yourself, what is happening at this moment? How can I fully embrace it? By doing this, you're not only reducing stress and anxiety, but you're also opening yourself up to the true richness of life. The lesson is simple yet profound. The present moment is all we have, and it's where life truly happens. By learning to live fully in the present, you can transform your life, finding peace, joy, and fulfillment in each passing moment. So take this as a call to action. Start today. Start now. Pay attention to the here and now, and watch as your life begins to change in ways you never imagined. This is the essence of Stoicism, living in harmony with the flow of life, unburdened by the past, unworried by the future, and fully alive in the present. Number 2, understand and accept the impermanence of life. Life is in a constant state of flux, and embracing this reality is crucial to finding peace and resilience. As the ancient philosopher Heraclitus wisely observed, "No man ever steps in the same river twice, for it's not the same river and he's not the same man." This quote beautifully captures the essence of impermanence, the idea that everything around us and within us is perpetually changing. Yet, despite this, many of us cling desperately to the idea of stability, yearning for things to remain unchanged. But can we truly resist the unstoppable flow of time and the inevitability of change? Impermanence is more than just a lofty philosophical concept. It is the very nature of existence. Consider your emotions, for instance. Have you ever tried to hold on to a moment of pure joy, wishing it could last forever, only to find that it eventually fades? Or perhaps you've been trapped in sorrow, fearing it would never end. Yet over time, even the deepest sadness begins to lift. This cycle of emotions, where joy and sorrow ebb and flow, illustrates the transient nature of all experiences. Recognizing this truth can help us navigate life with greater ease, allowing us to savor the present without becoming too attached, and to endure difficulties knowing they will eventually pass. Think about the changing seasons as a powerful metaphor for impermanence. Spring, with its blossoms and new beginnings, gives way to the vibrant energy of summer. Autumn follows, bringing a mellow, reflective beauty, which then transitions into the cold stillness of winter, a time of rest and preparation for the next cycle of growth. Just as nature moves through these seasons, our lives are also marked by periods of growth, abundance, decline, and renewal. Each phase has its purpose, contributing to the overall richness and balance of life. The key is not to resist these changes, but to embrace them, understanding that each moment, whether joyous or challenging, is a fleeting part of a larger journey. When we truly grasp the concept of impermanence, we become more patient and resilient in the face of life's ups and downs. Instead of becoming overwhelmed by difficulties, we can remind ourselves, this too shall pass. This mindset, rooted in Stoic philosophy, allows us to remain focused on what we can control, our actions, our reactions, and our attitudes, while letting go of the need to control everything around us. By doing so, we free ourselves from unnecessary stress and anxiety, creating space for a more peaceful and contented life. Impermanence also teaches us to cultivate gratitude. When we understand that everything we cherish, our relationships, our health, our achievements, is subject to change, we begin to value these things more deeply. We learn to appreciate the small, often overlooked moments of beauty and connection in our daily lives. So, ask yourself, what are the things you are most grateful for today? How can acknowledging their impermanence deepen your appreciation for them? This practice of gratitude not only enriches our lives, but also helps us to stay grounded in the present, making the most of the time we have. One of the most practical ways to live harmoniously with impermanence is through the Stoic practice of acceptance. This doesn't mean resignation or passivity, but rather a conscious acknowledgement that while we cannot control everything that happens to us, we can choose how we respond. Acceptance allows us to release the burden of fighting against the inevitable changes in life, leading to a sense of relief and inner peace. When we accept that everything happens for a reason, even if it's not immediately clear, we can navigate life's challenges with greater composure and resilience. For example, consider a time when something in your life didn't go as planned. A missed opportunity, a relationship that ended, or a sudden change in your circumstances. Initially, you may have felt frustrated or disheartened, struggling to understand why things didn't turn out the way you had hoped. But as time passed, perhaps you began to see that these changes, while difficult, also opened up new possibilities or taught you valuable lessons. This is the essence of acceptance, recognizing that life's unpredictability often brings unexpected growth and opportunities. So how can we start practicing acceptance in our daily lives? One approach is to regularly reflect on the impermanent nature of our experiences. By doing so, we remind ourselves not to take anything for granted and to approach each day with an open mind and heart. Another method is to consciously let go of the need to control outcomes. Instead of resisting change, we can choose to flow with it, trusting that each moment is unfolding as it should. Ask yourself, what is one thing in your life right now that you are struggling to accept? How might your perspective change if you embraced it instead? Understanding and accepting the impermanence of life is a powerful tool for personal growth and peace of mind. It helps us to live more fully in the present, appreciate the gifts we have, and face challenges with grace and resilience. By adopting the Stoic philosophy of acceptance, we can navigate the ever-changing landscape of life with a sense of calm and clarity, knowing that every moment is a part of a greater whole. Number 3. The power of acceptance. The art of living is more like wrestling than dancing. Marcus Aurelius. When life throws its punches, it's not about how hard you can hit back, but how well you can absorb the impact and keep moving forward. This is where the power of acceptance comes into play, a principle deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy that teaches us to face every situation with calmness and clarity, rather than resistance and denial. Epictetus, a revered Stoic philosopher, wisely noted, "We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them." This is the essence of acceptance. Understanding that while we cannot control everything that happens to us, we have full control over our reactions and mindset. Consider a time when life handed you a challenge, a lost job, a crumbling relationship, or a serious health scare. Our natural response is often one of resistance. We fight against the situation, clinging to how we wish things were rather than how they actually are. This resistance can lead to a spiral of frustration, anxiety, and even anger as we struggle to reconcile reality with our expectations. But what if, instead of resisting, you chose to embrace the situation? What if you accepted the reality as it is, not as you wish it to be? Acceptance is not about surrendering your hopes or giving up on your goals. Rather, it's about recognizing the present circumstances for what they are and finding a more constructive path forward. For instance, if a job opportunity falls through, acceptance doesn't mean you stop striving. It means you acknowledge that this particular door has closed and now it's time to look for other doors to open. This shift in perspective can liberate you from the emotional turmoil that often accompanies disappointment, allowing you to focus your energy on new possibilities. The power of acceptance lies in its ability to make us more adaptable and resilient. When we accept what is, rather than wasting energy on what could have been, we free ourselves from the negative emotions that so often cloud our judgment. Emotions like anger, fear, and regret. Acceptance provides the mental clarity to navigate life's challenges more effectively. Have you ever wondered how much more peaceful your life could be if you stopped trying to control every outcome and instead learned to flow with the natural course of events? Imagine the inner peace that could come from simply allowing things to be as they are, without the constant need to mold and shape every aspect of your life to fit your desires. This doesn't mean we become passive bystanders in our own lives. On the contrary, acceptance is an active process, a deliberate choice to engage with life on its terms rather than our own. It takes strength to face life's challenges with grace and composure, and this strength is born from the practice of acceptance. When we stop fighting against what we cannot change, we conserve our energy for the things we can influence, making us more effective in our actions and decisions. This is how acceptance can transform your life, providing you with a foundation of inner peace and resilience that allows you to face difficulties without being overwhelmed by them. Acceptance is about harmonizing with the flow of life, recognizing that while we cannot dictate every twist and turn, we can choose how to respond to them. It's about finding peace not in the absence of challenges, but in the way we handle them. Marcus Aurelius, another Stoic great, once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This strength is not the brute force of resistance, but the quiet, steady resilience that comes from acceptance. It's the strength to remain calm in the storm, to see clearly when the world around you is chaotic, and to keep moving forward with purpose and determination. As you reflect on your own life, ask yourself, where have I been resisting reality? What situations am I trying to control that are ultimately beyond my control? And how might my life change if I chose to accept these situations instead? By embracing the power of acceptance, you can transform your relationship with the world around you. You can find peace in the midst of chaos, resilience in the face of adversity, and a deeper sense of purpose that is not shaken by external circumstances. This is not a call to give up or to lower your expectations, but to align your efforts with the natural flow of life. When you do, you'll discover that true strength lies not in how much you can resist, but in how well you can adapt and thrive regardless of what life throws your way. 3.1. Challenge yourself to practice acceptance in your daily life. Start with small situations, traffic delays, minor setbacks, or unexpected changes in plans. Notice how your stress diminishes when you stop resisting and start accepting. Over time, you'll build the inner strength to apply this principle to larger, more significant challenges. The power of acceptance is not about giving in. It's about rising above, about finding peace and strength in the reality of the moment. As you continue on your Stoic journey, remember that acceptance is not a weakness, but a profound strength. It's how we navigate the unpredictable waters of life with grace, wisdom, and unwavering resolve. Thank you so much for being here and watching this video, our channel. Your presence and engagement mean a lot. Now I'd love to hear your thoughts. How have you applied the principles of Stoicism in your own life? If you're not sure what to comment, you could share a personal experience where you decided to stop forcing things and the outcome surprised you. I'm looking forward to reading your stories and insights in the comments below. Number 4. Learn to let go. Learning to let go is a fundamental principle of Stoic philosophy, teaching us how to live with peace and contentment in a world filled with challenges and uncertainties. Letting go doesn't mean giving up or becoming indifferent. It means understanding and accepting that some things in life are beyond our control. Imagine holding on to a hot stone with all your might. You know that the longer you cling to it, the more it burns. But the moment you release it, relief and comfort wash over you. Life often presents us with similar situations, moments of pain, anger, or disappointment that we stubbornly hold on to, even though they only serve to hurt us more. Have you ever stopped to ask yourself why you cling to these negative emotions? Why hold on to sadness, frustration, or regret when they only weigh you down, preventing you from living a truly happy and meaningful life? Marcus Aurelius, a wise Stoic philosopher, once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." This quote serves as a powerful reminder that the burdens we carry in our minds, whether they are grudges, fears, or anxieties, directly impact our overall well-being. When we let go of these unnecessary burdens, our minds become lighter, clearer, and more focused on what truly matters. Letting go is not about abandoning everything. It's about being discerning in what you choose to hold on to. It's about prioritizing your mental and emotional energy on the things that genuinely add value to your life. Consider how letting go can be likened to decluttering a room. Just as we remove items that no longer serve us to create a more peaceful and organized space, letting go in life involves releasing thoughts, habits, and relationships that no longer contribute to our growth or happiness. This act of cleansing allows our souls to breathe, making room for positivity, growth, and new opportunities. Think about the toxic relationships that drain your energy, the unrealistic expectations that constantly leave you feeling inadequate, or the worries about the future that rob you of joy in the present. What would happen if you chose to let go of these burdens? What kind of freedom could you experience if you stopped carrying the weight of past mistakes and learned to forgive yourself? Letting go is not a sign of weakness, but rather a courageous step towards true freedom and inner peace. It's a conscious decision to stop allowing the things you cannot control to dictate your happiness. Ask yourself this: what is currently holding you back from living the life you truly want? What could you release today that would make space for better things tomorrow? The journey of letting go is not without its challenges, but the rewards are profound: inner calm, resilience, and a deeper sense of contentment. Remember, letting go doesn't mean you stop caring or striving for what matters. It means you stop wasting energy on what you cannot change and start focusing on what you can. In modern life, where we are constantly bombarded with stressors and expectations, learning to let go becomes even more essential. It's about finding balance and ensuring that the quality of your life is not compromised by the pursuit of things that do not serve your higher purpose. Consider this. Have you ever noticed how much lighter you feel after forgiving someone, or after deciding to no longer let a particular worry consume your thoughts? This is the power of letting go. It opens up space in your life for peace, joy, and meaningful connections. It allows you to live more fully in the present, appreciating what you have rather than lamenting what you don't. So how do you start this journey of letting go? Begin by identifying what is truly holding you back. Is it a past hurt, a fear of the unknown, or perhaps an unrealistic expectation of yourself or others? Once identified, work on gradually releasing these burdens, understanding that letting go is a process that takes time and patience. Reflect on how holding on to these things has impacted your life, and consider what might change if you were to release them. How much more joy and peace could you invite into your life by simply letting go? As you move forward, remind yourself that letting go is not about giving up. It's about making a deliberate choice to prioritize your mental and emotional well-being. It's about creating a life that is not weighed down by unnecessary burdens, but rather filled with the things that truly matter. Do you find this perspective resonates with you? If so, consider how you can start applying the principle of letting go in your own life today. If you're still unsure, don't hesitate to share your thoughts, and let's discuss how you can find the peace and freedom that comes from letting go. Letting go is a powerful tool that can transform your life, bringing you closer to the inner peace and happiness that Stoicism encourages. It's a journey worth taking, one that leads to a life of greater clarity, resilience, and fulfillment. As we move on to the next lesson, take a moment to reflect on what you might need to let go of in order to live a happier, more meaningful life. Number 5. Practice mindfulness. Practicing mindfulness is one of the most powerful tools we have for living a more peaceful and fulfilling life. It's not just about being aware of what's happening around you, but also about tuning into your own emotions and thoughts without judgment. By doing so, you allow yourself to fully experience the present moment, reduce stress and anxiety, and ultimately find a deeper sense of peace and satisfaction in life. Marcus Aurelius, a great Stoic philosopher, once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This quote perfectly encapsulates the essence of mindfulness, the understanding that true strength lies in mastering our own minds rather than trying to control external circumstances that are beyond our influence. Picture this. After a long and stressful workday, you come home with your mind still racing. Thoughts about deadlines, family responsibilities, and personal worries swirling around, making it hard to relax. It's easy to let these thoughts take over, but this is where mindfulness can make a huge difference. Instead of being overwhelmed by these thoughts, you can choose to sit quietly for a few minutes, breathe deeply, and center yourself. Ask yourself, what can I do right now to feel more at peace? This simple act of mindfulness helps you reclaim your mental space, allowing you to respond to life's challenges with greater clarity and calm. The beauty of mindfulness lies in its ability to bring you into the present moment. When you practice mindfulness, you become more attuned to your thoughts and feelings, which helps you navigate life with a clearer mind and a more open heart. You learn to observe your emotions without being carried away by them, which in turn makes it easier to stay calm and focused, even in the face of difficult situations. When you encounter a challenge, instead of reacting impulsively, mindfulness encourages you to pause and ask yourself, can I control this situation? If the answer is no, it's an opportunity to practice acceptance and let go. As Epictetus wisely noted, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This perspective empowers you to focus on what you can control, your own thoughts and reactions, rather than wasting energy on things beyond your control. Mindfulness isn't something that comes naturally overnight. It's a skill that requires practice and patience, but the rewards are well worth the effort. You can start with simple exercises like deep breathing, where you focus on each breath as it enters and leaves your body. As you breathe, take a moment to check in with yourself. What am I feeling right now? What thoughts are passing through my mind and why? These questions help you become more aware of your inner state and the world around you, freeing you from the habit of constantly worrying about the past or the future. In today's fast-paced world, practicing mindfulness is more important than ever. It helps you stay grounded, reduces stress, and enhances your ability to enjoy life's simple pleasures. Whether you're dealing with a minor inconvenience or a major life challenge, mindfulness gives you the tools to handle it with grace and composure. Instead of being reactive, you become more thoughtful and deliberate in your actions, which can lead to better decisions and a more balanced life. As we reach the halfway point of our journey together today, I want to take a moment to thank you for being here. Your presence and commitment to learning about Stoicism and mindfulness show that you are ready to live more wisely and create a life filled with happiness and fulfillment. If you found value in these lessons, I encourage you to subscribe and share this message with your loved ones and friends. By doing so, you're not only helping yourself but also spreading wisdom that can benefit others. This act of sharing can be a great source of motivation for me and for everyone who is on this journey with us. Now let's continue on this path to greater understanding and deeper peace as we explore more ways to live a life aligned with Stoic principles. Number 6. Use silence effectively. Silence is a source of great strength. Lao Tzu. In a world that constantly demands your attention, bombarding you with noise from every direction, the value of silence is often overlooked. Yet, for the Stoic philosopher, silence is far more than the mere absence of sound. It's a powerful tool for mastering the mind and emotions. It is through silence that we can tap into the deeper layers of our thoughts, reflecting on our true selves and the world around us. Have you ever considered how often you allow yourself the luxury of silence, not just to cease speaking, but to truly listen to others, to the world, and most importantly, to your own inner voice? Silence isn't just the absence of noise, it's the presence of a state of mind that allows you to perceive things with greater clarity and wisdom. Think about those times when you've faced difficult decisions or stressful situations. Wasn't it often in moments of silence that you found the answers you were seeking? This is the beauty of silence. It creates a space for thought, reflection, and ultimately, understanding. It's in these quiet moments that you can step back from the chaos, assess your circumstances with a calm mind, and make decisions that are grounded in reason rather than impulsive reactions. As you navigate through life's challenges, silence can be your greatest ally, helping you to process emotions, consider multiple perspectives, and approach situations with a clear and steady mind. Take, for instance, moments of conflict. In the heat of an argument, it's easy to let emotions take the reins, leading to words spoken in anger that you may later regret. But what if, instead of reacting immediately, you chose silence? What if you took a step back, allowed yourself a moment of quiet to think, and then responded with calm and deliberate words? This approach not only diffuses tension, but also opens the door to understanding and resolution. As Epictetus wisely remarked, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. This Stoic principle reminds us of the importance of listening, truly listening, before we speak, and how much more we can learn and understand when we prioritize silence over the urge to fill every moment with words. Reflect on this for a moment. When was the last time you embraced silence and truly listened? Not just to others, but to yourself. What did you discover in that silence? Perhaps it was a realization about a situation you've been struggling with, or maybe it was a sense of peace that came from simply allowing your mind to rest. Silence has the power to reveal insights that are often drowned out by the noise of daily life. It's in these quiet moments that you can connect with your deeper self, gaining clarity and wisdom that can guide you through life's complexities. In today's fast-paced world where every second is filled with some form of stimulation, the ability to find and embrace silence is more crucial than ever. It's a form of self-discipline that not only nurtures your inner peace, but also sharpens your ability to respond to life with thoughtfulness and intention. Silence can be a form of resistance against the constant demand for your attention, a way to reclaim your mental space and use it for reflection and growth. It allows you to filter through the noise, focusing on what truly matters and letting go of what does not. Now, I challenge you. The next time you find yourself in a situation where your first instinct is to react, take a moment of silence instead. Use that time to gather your thoughts, consider your emotions, and then decide how to proceed. What might you discover in that pause? How might your response change when it's rooted in contemplation rather than impulse? By incorporating silence into your daily life, you'll not only enhance your self-awareness, but also improve your relationships and decision-making abilities. Think about the role silence plays in your life. Have you given yourself enough space to truly listen and reflect? If not, what's stopping you from doing so? Embrace the power of silence and you might just find that it becomes your most trusted companion on the journey to greater wisdom and inner peace. We'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences. When was the last time you embraced silence, and what did it reveal to you? Share your stories and insights in the comments below. Number 7. Enjoy the journey, not just the outcome. Stoic philosophy teaches us that the true essence of life isn't found in the final destination or the achievements we accumulate, but in the journey we undertake to reach those goals. Picture yourself climbing a mountain, with the summit representing your ultimate objective. While reaching the peak is certainly satisfying, the real value lies in the steps you take along the way, the friendships you forge, the lessons you learn from overcoming obstacles, and the beauty you observe in the world around you. If you focus only on reaching the top, you risk missing out on these meaningful experiences that make the journey worthwhile. The question you should ask yourself is this: can you find happiness without ever reaching the peak by simply embracing and enjoying every moment of the journey? In life, we often become fixated on achieving specific results, allowing ourselves to be consumed by the pressure of success. This obsession with outcomes can lead to disappointment and frustration when things don't go as planned. But if you learn to find joy in the process itself, in the day-to-day efforts, the small victories, and even the setbacks, you'll discover that life becomes much lighter and more meaningful. Every challenge you face, every mistake you make, contributes to your growth and adds richness to your life experience. So, how can you start applying this principle to your daily life? Begin by asking yourself, can you find satisfaction and meaning in the tasks you do every day, no matter how trivial they may seem? Can you shift your focus from the end goal to the process, from the destination to the journey? Enjoying the journey doesn't mean abandoning your goals or being indifferent to the results. It means living with a mindset that values the process, each step, each moment, each effort, as much as, if not more than, the outcome. Life is a series of interconnected moments, and when you learn to cherish these moments, your perspective shifts from one of pressure and stress to one of appreciation and contentment. As the ancient Stoics would say, the obstacle is the way. Every challenge along your path is not just something to overcome, but something to embrace as part of your journey. To bring this into a modern context, think about a project at work or a personal goal you're striving toward. Often, we get so wrapped up in the end result, whether it's a promotion, a completed project, or a personal milestone, that we overlook the value in the effort we're putting in daily. But what if, instead of fixating on the outcome, you focused on how you're growing through the process? What skills are you developing? What relationships are you building? What insights are you gaining? When you start to see your journey as the destination, you open yourself up to a richer, more fulfilling life. The pressure of achieving a specific result diminishes, and in its place comes a sense of peace and satisfaction from knowing that you're living fully in each moment. So, the next time you're faced with a daunting task or a long-term goal, take a step back and ask yourself, how can I find joy in this process? How can I make each step meaningful? By doing this, you'll find that your journey itself becomes a source of happiness and fulfillment, regardless of whether you ultimately reach the peak. And remember, the lessons you learn along the way are often more valuable than the goal itself. This philosophy of enjoying the journey is a cornerstone of living a Stoic life, where the focus is on personal growth, resilience, and finding contentment in the present. It's a reminder that life isn't just about reaching your destination, it's about how you get there, the experiences you gather, and the person you become along the way. As we move forward, this principle will serve as the foundation for our next discussion on the value of simplicity. Let's continue this journey together as we explore how embracing simplicity can further enrich our lives. Number 8. Find joy in the simplest things. Have you ever noticed how children can find immense joy in the simplest of things? A fluttering leaf, a gentle breeze, or the warmth of a hug from a loved one can light up their faces with pure delight. Their hearts, unburdened by the complexities and worries of life, remind us of an important truth. that joy can be found in the present moment and in the simplest things around us. This is a lesson that many of us, caught up in the relentless pursuit of grand goals and ambitions, often overlook. We chase after luxury, material wealth, and power, believing that these will bring us lasting happiness. But according to Stoic philosophy, true joy isn't found in these external pursuits. Rather, it lies in the simple, everyday experiences that we so often take for granted. Marcus Aurelius, a key figure in Stoic thought, once said, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking." This quote underscores a fundamental principle of Stoicism, that happiness is not dependent on external circumstances but on our mindset and our ability to appreciate what we already have. When we stop chasing after distant dreams and start finding joy in each moment, we come to realize that happiness is not something to be pursued. It's something that can be experienced right now, in the simplest of ways. Think about your own life for a moment. How often do you overlook the small, meaningful moments because you're focused on what you don't have or what you're trying to achieve? Perhaps you're striving for career success, financial security, or social recognition. While there's nothing wrong with having goals, Stoicism teaches us that we shouldn't let these pursuits overshadow the simple joys that are readily available to us. The smell of fresh coffee in the morning, the laughter of a friend, the quiet of an evening spent reading. These are the moments that bring true contentment, if only we pause to appreciate them. Moreover, finding joy in the simple things not only enhances our own happiness but also strengthens our relationships with others. When we learn to appreciate what we have, we become less envious, less prone to comparing ourselves to others, and more at peace with the world around us. This mindset fosters a sense of gratitude, which is essential for living harmoniously with those around us. Gratitude helps us to see the abundance in our lives, even when it's not material wealth. It shifts our focus from what's lacking to what's present, and this shift can transform our interactions with others. We become more generous, more understanding, and more connected to those we care about. Consider how this perspective might change your daily life. What if, instead of rushing through your day, you took a few moments each morning to appreciate the simple things: a quiet cup of tea, the sound of birds outside your window, or a conversation with a loved one? How might this small change impact your mood, your stress levels, and your overall sense of well-being? Stoic philosophy encourages us to cultivate this habit of mindfulness, to be present in our lives, and to find joy in the everyday experiences that we often overlook. There's a profound truth in the saying, "The richest person is not the one who has the most, but the one who needs the least." This idea aligns closely with Stoic principles, which emphasize the importance of simplicity and contentment over material excess. By needing less, by learning to find joy in what we already have, we free ourselves from the endless cycle of desire and dissatisfaction. We begin to see that true wealth is not measured by what we own, but by our capacity to appreciate life's simple pleasures. This is a mindset that not only brings inner peace, but also fosters a deep sense of gratitude. So ask yourself, what are the simple joys in your life that you might be overlooking? How can you start to shift your focus from what's missing to what's already present? By embracing the Stoic practice of finding joy in the simplest things, you'll discover that happiness is not a distant goal but a constant companion, always within reach. This approach to life not only enriches your own experience, but also brings you closer to those around you, creating a ripple effect of positivity and contentment. As we move forward in our exploration of Stoic philosophy, let this lesson serve as a foundation. Remember, joy doesn't have to be something you chase. It can be something you cultivate every day in the small, meaningful moments that make up your life. And as you continue to apply these principles, you'll find that the journey toward a more fulfilled and peaceful life begins with the simple act of appreciating what you already have. This is the essence of Stoicism, living fully in the present with gratitude and joy, no matter what challenges or circumstances you may face. Let's continue our journey with this in mind as we delve into the next lesson. If you've made it this far, you're truly embracing the wisdom of Stoicism. Drop a comment saying, "I trust the process," to show you're committed to letting life unfold naturally. Stay tuned. There's so much more to explore. Number 9. The art of gratitude. When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. Marcus Aurelius. Gratitude is not just a polite thank you or a fleeting moment of appreciation. It is a profound state of mind and a way of life that can transform how we experience the world. It's about taking a moment to pause, reflect, and recognize the good that exists in our lives, even in the simplest things we often overlook. In a world where we're constantly chasing bigger achievements and material success, the art of gratitude teaches us to find profound joy and satisfaction in the small, often unnoticed moments that truly make life meaningful. Gratitude starts with a simple shift in perspective. It's about learning to see the beauty in the ordinary, the joy in the small victories, and the blessings in what we might otherwise take for granted. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosopher, reminds us that happiness isn't about reaching grand milestones, but rather in appreciating the simple privilege of being alive. When you wake up in the morning, what if, instead of immediately diving into your to-do list or worries for the day, you took a moment to simply be thankful for the breath in your lungs, the ability to think and feel, and the love you have in your life? This mindset, rooted in gratitude, can radically change how you experience each day. When life becomes stressful or exhausting, gratitude can be a powerful tool to shift your focus and renew your spirit. Ask yourself, what am I grateful for today? This simple question can bring clarity and peace, helping you to see beyond the stress and to reconnect with what truly matters. Viktor Frankl, a psychologist and Holocaust survivor, is a profound example of the power of gratitude in the most harrowing circumstances. Despite enduring the horrors of a Nazi concentration camp, Frankl found solace and strength in the smallest acts of kindness and in the simple fact of being alive. His story is a testament to the idea that even in the darkest times, gratitude can provide a lifeline to hope and resilience. Think about your own life for a moment. What are the things you can be grateful for right now? It could be a supportive friend, the security of a job, or simply the fact that you're in good health. These are not small things. They are the very foundation of a meaningful life. By cultivating gratitude, you not only find joy in the everyday, but also fortify your soul against the challenges that life inevitably brings. Gratitude isn't some lofty ideal that's hard to reach. It's something you can practice every day, simply by taking the time to acknowledge and appreciate the good in your life. The teachings of Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus consistently emphasize the importance of gratitude as a guiding principle in life. They suggest that by focusing on what we have, rather than what we lack, we can achieve a more peaceful and contented existence. Gratitude helps us to live in the present moment, to let go of unnecessary desires, and to connect more deeply with others. It fosters a sense of abundance rather than scarcity, which is essential for a fulfilling life. In modern life, where the pace is fast and the demands are many, it's easy to get caught up in the pursuit of more success, more wealth, more recognition. But the Stoics remind us that true happiness and peace don't come from external achievements but from an internal state of contentment. And this contentment is nurtured by gratitude. So, the next time you feel overwhelmed or dissatisfied, take a step back and ask yourself, what am I grateful for in this moment? How can I focus on the good that's already in my life, rather than what's missing? By making gratitude a daily practice, you build resilience, deepen your relationships, and enhance your overall sense of well-being. It's a simple but powerful way to bring more joy and peace into your life. So, as you move forward, let gratitude be the lens through which you view the world. Recognize the blessings that surround you, no matter how small they may seem, and allow this practice to guide you toward a more peaceful and happy life. After all, The art of gratitude is not just about appreciating the good, it's about finding the good in every situation and, in doing so, discovering the true richness of life. Number 10. Appreciate solitude. The idea of being alone often carries a negative connotation, a state that many people strive to avoid. But to the Stoic philosopher, solitude is not something to fear or escape from. It's a valuable opportunity to connect with your true self, to reflect, and to grow. In moments of solitude, the noise of the world fades away, and we are free from the social pressures and expectations that so often dictate our actions. It's in these quiet moments that we can truly listen to our inner voice, confront our most authentic thoughts and feelings, and explore the depths of our soul. Think about the times you've been alone. How do those moments make you feel? Do they leave you feeling empty and uneasy, or do they offer a sense of peace and clarity? Solitude is not just about being physically alone. It's about the mental and emotional space that allows for introspection and self-discovery. When you embrace solitude, you give yourself the chance to step back and evaluate your life, your values, and your goals. It's a time to reassess what truly matters to you and to realign your life with those priorities. Marcus Aurelius, a renowned Stoic philosopher, once wrote, "Our life is what our thoughts make it." This profound statement highlights the importance of our inner world, the quality of our thoughts, and how they shape our reality. Solitude provides us with the space to improve these thoughts, to cultivate a mindset that enhances the quality of our lives. Instead of viewing solitude as a punishment or a state to be avoided, we can begin to see it as a precious gift, a chance to grow, to mature, and to deepen our understanding of ourselves and the world around us. In today's fast-paced world, where we are constantly bombarded with distractions and demands, finding time for solitude can be a challenge. But it's essential to carve out these moments for yourself. Whether it's taking an afternoon to walk alone, meditate, or simply sit with a good book, these quiet times can lead to profound insights and a deep sense of peace. Solitude is not your enemy. It's a teacher, a friend that helps you discover who you truly are. Being grateful for solitude is, in many ways, being grateful for life itself, for the opportunities it gives you to understand and develop your inner self. Let's reflect on this. When was the last time you truly embraced solitude? Did you use that time to reflect, to listen to your inner thoughts? Or did you feel the urge to fill it with distractions? Solitude, when approached with the right mindset, can be incredibly enriching. It teaches us that we don't need to be constantly surrounded by others to find meaning or happiness. Instead, we can find it within ourselves, in the quiet moments that allow us to reconnect with our core values and aspirations. In the broader journey of life, where we all seek happiness and meaning, it's easy to confuse relentless effort with forcing things to happen. We often believe that the harder we push, the more we'll achieve. But Stoicism teaches us that there is a profound difference between effort and force. Letting go doesn't mean giving up on our dreams or ambitions. It means learning to live in harmony with nature, with ourselves, and with the flow of life. It's about recognizing that not everything needs to be controlled, that some things are beyond our reach, and that's okay. Take a moment to look at your life. Are there areas where you're trying to force outcomes, where you're struggling against the natural flow of things? What if, instead of pushing harder, you allowed yourself to step back, to trust in the process, and to find peace in the journey itself? When you stop forcing things and start living more naturally, you'll find that life begins to unfold with greater ease and clarity. Joy and happiness are not destinations that you need to reach. They are found in each step you take, in the acceptance and deep understanding of life's true essence. So, as you move forward, let Stoic philosophy guide you. Embrace solitude as a time for self-discovery. Let go of the need to control every aspect of your life, and learn to find joy in the journey, rather than just the destination. These practices will help you live a fuller, more meaningful life, where peace and happiness are not just fleeting moments but constants that you carry with you every day. Thank you for being a part of this exploration into the principles of Stoicism. Your engagement with this content shows that you're taking meaningful steps toward living a more balanced and fulfilled life. Embracing Stoicism is a journey, one that encourages you to let go of unnecessary control and to find peace in the natural flow of life. If this video resonated with you, I encourage you to show your support by liking the video and sharing it with your friends, family, or anyone who might benefit from these insights. By spreading this message, you're helping to build a community of like-minded individuals who value the wisdom of Stoicism. I also invite you to subscribe to the channel, Stoic in Your Life, and make sure to hit the notification bell. This way, you'll be the first to know when new content is available, and you won't miss out on the valuable lessons we have lined up in the coming weeks. As you move forward, let the teachings of Stoicism be your guide, allowing you to live a life of purpose, tranquility, and deep understanding. Over the next week, try to apply these concepts to your daily life. Notice how your perspective shifts, how you find joy in the present moment, and how you begin to live with less force and more flow. And when you do, I'd love for you to return and share your experiences with our community. Your stories and insights are incredibly valuable, not just to me but to everyone on this journey. Remember, the goal isn't to force anything in your life, but to embrace the natural course of events and find joy in the here and now. Thank you once again for your time and attention. I look forward to seeing you in our next video on Stoic in Your Life. Take care, and until then, live wisely.